Okay, so I'm not competing this year because I have something new up my sleeve. So if you're curious and you want to know why, watch this episode.
Excitement. I mean, it's
Big
like,
step.
it's kind of, yeah,
Big
it is.
step.
It is. Do we maybe roll right into it there? Like, hi family. Look, it's 8:30 in the morning. I woke up and I knew I was going to do a show with Baylee. Would show up, and here we are in this really cool new setting. There's a lot going on, my friend.
Yeah, there is. A lot of new.
You say you're kind of nervous for this.
I am nervous.
But I think it's probably because there's big things and
good
you've got a lot
nerves.
going on. It's good nervous.
Nerves.
So what if we pause that and we just like for a second, I got to catch up with you because
Okay.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a couple days,
You've been doing some stuff. What's going on? Where you been?
Yeah, so the last 30 days we have been on the road and just visiting different CrossFit gyms across the states. We're doing like a Midwest loop right now, and April 19th? Today is actually my birthday.
Happy birthday. No way. I mean, of course I knew that, but
yeah, you knew that. You just
my presence in the car.
Sure. Yeah. But we are on day number 19. We came here on the 16th, but we're 26 stops in.
26 stops.
We got 4 more to go.
Wow. So 26 stops in 19 days.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Doing what?
Yeah. So really, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I feel like I've been in the gym for the last 5 years competing, and I just wanted to get back to the fundamentals of what makes CrossFit and the community so amazing, and that's meeting the people. And we were just brainstorming, and it's kind of like a last minute thing. We're like, what can we do to take anything that I've learned the last couple of years and go and just try to serve the community and get in front of the people? And we're like, might as well just make a road trip out of it. And we're hitting like 30 coffee shops along the way because I love just me and my sister. I've always loved just going into different coffee shop. Oh,
just, yeah.
Yep. Right. Just, yeah, plug that.
Plug, just a general plug for coffee.
Just a general plug for coffee. And so, yeah, we just wanted to get in front of the community, and I wanted to meet a bunch of different people and kind of just get back to the basics of what makes CrossFit and community and just fitness in general amazing, and that's the people. And it's been really cool because I've gotten to help with some tips that I've learned along the way, and that's been really special to see the impact that can have on people, and like just that one little tip can give them a memory that they'll remember forever.
1,000%. I'll be honest with you, I am overwhelmed with jealousy. Sounds amazing.
It's been so fun.
Has it really? And
it really
a lot of
has.
A lot of times you can build that up and you can be like, oh, great. Well, yeah, but it's probably a grind. It's probably just for show. Like, has it been great?
It's been great.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, because obviously this is new, and if I didn't truly love this journey and was impacted and inspired by it, then I would be like, yep, probably not gonna, do this again. But we've already mapped out a little West Coast one as well, and
nice.
Just to go and visit some gyms on that side of the country. And so I truly have loved it, and it's just been so cool because every single gym is different. But with CrossFit specifically, and even just fitness, it's just like a like-minded goal that we have. It's like you walk into a new home.
Yeah.
And there's so many different homes across the country, and it's just been so cool.
Well, and I mean, and that can extend even to the world, right? Like we got the opportunity to go to Sardinia, and it's like I've always loved that when I was on the seminar circuit or just traveling with CrossFit in general, or even and with Mayhem especially. We've got some cool opportunities. And you go to these places and you're like, I can't talk to you with words because like we speak different languages.
But like we know,
man, we got a lot of stuff in common and a lot of stuff to share. So West Coast coming up, but like what's kind of not to get in the weeds, but what's the selection criteria? Like where are you going? Is it people you know? Is it people you've seen online?
Yeah, so we have been visiting a lot of Mayhem affiliates, which has been cool because it's another thing that we have in common. And just with Mayhem specifically, it's kind of like a family too. And so that's been really cool. So essentially I've been just kind of collecting some of those affiliates so that we can, some of the people and the brands that I'm associated with can kind of support the journey, and we can go and it's kind of like a representation from Mayhem as well of like, hey, we appreciate like what you're doing, and Noble has been awesome, and a couple of other sponsors. So just again, like trying to take anything that I've gotten along the way and share that with other people. And so some of that criteria is like, some of them are not Mayhem affiliates, but the majority of them are. And so we're kind of like mapping out different ones to go
That's so fun.
Yeah. And so this one has been a Midwest loop. And so we kind of picked some on the West Coast that are Mayhem affiliates. And actually one of the judges that is here right now for the quarterfinals, he's like, I live on the West Coast, come to our gym. And so, and then you meet some people along the way, and people have reached out on Instagram being like, hey, come to our gym. And if it like fits the map, then we're coming.
Gosh, good for you.
Yeah.
So West Coast is next. I mean, for me, things blur together so much, especially on like a fast and furious tour like that. But are there like bright spots or high points that kind of stand out?
Yeah, I have thought about this a while because I can't just narrow it down to one. Like I mentioned earlier, it's been so cool, and I wasn't really expecting it, but we've gotten some people to get like their bar muscle ups, and it is like such a hype because everybody in the gym is just like watching this person and this member, like they've been trying to do this for so long, but sometimes you just need to hear a different tip or something that clicks. And that's been really cool because they'll get it and it's like they can't even believe that they got it. So that's a huge bright spot, is just being able to see other people succeed and trying to play a part in that. And then it's been really cool because like I've been able to spend a lot of it with my family, and my dad specifically has been a trooper and just trying to help me figure out like the logistics. And he's been the camera guy. He's learning a new trade, but that's also
he was learning. He was learning right before we started rolling the cameras.
Oh yeah. So it's been a full team effort, like with my family and with Tyler, just helping along the way. And it's also been a really cool testimony when my dad's with me. Like he enjoys fitness as well, and it's been cool for people to be like, dang, like you get to work out with your dad, and that's just been really special. So that's another bright spot. But then also just meeting and seeing the community at each gym and how they're all very similar, but they're all unique in their own way. And we get to just have conversations after the workout. Like we join in and we do a workout together because we all love to do that. But then we get to talk afterwards and share testimonies and just kind of like do life together. And that's been just so fun. And it's like a new experience every time.
Yeah.
So.
I got a text from our friend George Fruth, the U.S. Army. You go see. You went and saw our old friends there.
Yeah, Hard Knocks in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Yeah, that was really fun. That was a huge bright spot of my journey, just because first off, the gym was amazing. It's amazing. And the members were amazing. And we got to just have a really cool conversation with the members of the gym. And just, whenever it feels right, it feels like a home, and it's like a very intimate connection. Totally. And you've just met these people the very first time. Yeah. That's how it's like.
100%. Yeah. And that's interesting. Made me think. So is it like a formula that you always use, or like is there question and answer sessions or stuff like that? Or you just kind of like shooting from the hip, whatever works for whatever location?
Nope. I want it to be as authentic as possible. And so let me back up. We tried to like, okay, so we're going to, bring these, if we have gifts, because we have some gifts, we're going to bring these at this moment. We're going to try to, introduction here. And we tried that with gym number 1, and we were just like, no, like we just want it to be authentic. I truly just want to go in there and try to meet people and serve the community and just like go off of feel. And I feel like that's helped me grow a lot too. It's just like learning how to, associate with different types of people in different groups. And so truly it's just been, if it happens, nothing is forced, but if cool conversations come up, then that's what we're going to do. Sometimes like people want to know, like after class, can you help me with some gymnastics things? We don't do that at every single gym, but if members are asking, like that's what I'm there to do. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times the owners or the coaches will be like, okay, so what do you want? Like, do you want to coach? Do you want to work out? And I'm like, whatever is most beneficial to you and your community, that's what I want to do, because that's what I'm here to do. So no perfect formula, just
Great.
Going out there.
I love that actually.
Hanging out.
It does feel a lot more, when it's not stuffy and it's not like, hey, here's this and then here's this.
Yeah, there's not hard lines.
Yeah, it gives you some room to kind of play with.
Yeah.
Are you surprised, or I guess, should I say, do you find that people are surprised that you're actually a good coach? Because like, let's be honest, like not every athlete is, right? Some people are just gifted and they can do it for themselves, but it's hard to translate. Like being a coach is a skill. Yeah. And you earn it over time and you practice it, and just like any other job. So have you been surprised, or are people surprised?
I think I'm more surprised because I'm more surprised with the coaches that I've seen. I would say I'm a better DJ than I am a coach. That's a skill
Good knowledge
I love.
of self.
I love a good vibe. And luckily, I took my level 1 a couple of months ago here at Mayhem. And again, I was just shocked. Like, I've been doing CrossFit and been competing at a high level in CrossFit for a long time, but there are still things that I have learned, especially from the level 1 and just like going into these gyms and seeing how these coaches coach, because it is a skill.
Oh yeah.
And so I would 100% be lying if I said I'm good at it, but I'm starting to learn.
Yeah.
And I have taken what I've learned from the level 1 and also like from what I've learned over the years. And I feel like I can give some kind of unique tips.
Yeah.
I would say I'm still learning how to actually like coach and run those classes, but it's been fun to have that opportunity and just like create an atmosphere that I love and just be able to pour into those people. But I have been so impressed with the coaches that even that me and my dad were like, man, they were such a good coach. Like the way that that's a skill. And so I respect that. And I think that just as I try to be great in this sport, like they're trying to be a great coach. And yeah, I'm just been very impressed.
It'll blow your mind when you see a great coach, especially walking to a 10-year affiliate. You can pretty much assume these guys are going to have some wisdom, not just knowledge, but wisdom that they can actually pass on. And they're so good at it.
Yeah.
Work with so many people. I don't know if it still echoes around when you took your level 1, but one of the greatest quotes that I used to love was good artists borrow and great artists steal. Mm-hmm. And so you have had so many high level coaches, high level training partners and things like that. So I'm sure, like you mentioned, with the bar muscle up specifically, you're like, well, here's one that somebody threw at me. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Or these coaches that you're going to meeting. So that's cool, man. It's I'm sure that's gonna be life changing for some people, and especially for you, it's gonna be a really fun journey. But how on earth do you fit this in with, like, we're in the competition season, mm-hmm. so quarterfinals is rolling right now.
Yep.
Got some heinous workouts, and I actually didn't see your name on the leaderboard.
Yep.
What's up?
Yeah, so honestly, I've been praying a lot about it, and I've sought a lot of counsel from some of my mentors and just the people around me. And I kind of felt this shift happening last year, but the doors just weren't open yet. And I believed that God was calling me to stay in that arena. And I mean, it's undeniable how he used that in my journey. And so I'm very thankful that I was able to do that, and he could use my journey for that sort of, like I felt like it brought and strengthened my faith last year. But this year, I believe he's calling me into a new arena. And so I would be, see, I'm nervous, like talking about it. I feel like he's calling me into doing something else. And that doesn't mean that I'm stepping away from the sport. I have another passion, and I believe that this 30-day kind of gym tour has solidified that. And there's just signs along the way that I believe he's calling me into doing this year, and that's where my passion is at. And so I am just stepping away from competition this year. And again, I just want to reiterate that maybe next year I'll be called back into that arena. And so it's not goodbye. It's just I believe, and I want to shift my passion into pouring into this right now.
That's big.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is a big decision, and I think there's a lot that comes to it. And I feel like my mind is healthy. I feel like my body's healthy. I still have that passion and drive to compete, but I have a bigger passion to do what I'm doing right now. And to do something really well, sometimes you have to sacrifice something else that you love. And I'm willing to give it a try. And it's something that's really hard. Like, competing has been something that is hard in its own way. And I think all the athletes can agree with that. But I kind of know what to expect, and I can prepare for each outcome. And I've been doing it for a while now, where I kind of know like what goes into it. But stepping into this other arena, I feel like I'm literally just like, okay, so like, God, you're calling me into doing this, but I don't know what it looks like. But I believe that's where true growth happens. And it feels like stepping into this arena is just the same as when I started competing. It's like I didn't know what to expect. Cool. And that is where I believe that growth happens. And I truly just want to take everything that I've learned in that arena and transfer it over here and try to serve people. And so, I've been, like we said earlier, I've been in the gym a lot the last couple of years, and I'm like, I want to transfer that and figure out a way to serve people and pour into them so that they can confidently step into what God's calling them to do. Mm-hmm. And I would be lying and a fake if I'm trying to do that and lead other people to do that, but I'm not doing it myself.
Yeah.
And so signed up for the quarterfinals. I didn't do it this year because I want to like boldly step into that next phase that I want to do this year. And I hope that inspires other people, knowing that like it's scary. Like it is terrifying. Like I'm in a arena right now at Mayhem. Like all these athletes are doing quarterfinals, and that's what I've done the last couple of years of my life. And to just say, hey, like this is not what I'm supposed to do this year. I'm supposed to go over here, even though there's like, I have no idea what that holds. Mm-hmm. That's scary, but I know it's right. And I know that's where the true growth is going to happen.
Well, and you're talking about it as fear. I think it sounds also like it's equal parts excitement. But like, what would you be afraid of? Like, what's the fear? Just
I don't know the outcome. I don't know exactly the path of success. I don't know exactly, because like with competing, you know the stages, you know what you need to do, you know only from experience. Like this is my training schedule. This is what I need to do. I've been told what to do. I know nutrition-wise, I know sleep-wise, I know the phases of the season, whereas trying to do this, it's something that's brand new, and it's a very daunting task, but I just know that it's right.
Yeah. I love that. And obviously your faith is an anchor for you, but my curiosity just has to know, like, what were the most salient points when you were talking to those friends, mentors, family, et cetera? Like, what were the big issues maybe? Like if you were doing pros and cons or whatever it was, what were the ones that got hung up on, and what did they tell you that kind of helped you turn the corner?
Yeah. So really it was like, if you're aligning your will with God's will, he's going to open the door, and really you can't go wrong. Like you can make the decision of like, okay, I can compete. I don't think that's a wrong decision. Okay, I'm going to step into this arena. I don't think it's a wrong decision. Because whatever his will is for our life, like that's going to be fine. But I would just say for me, it was sitting down and just being like, okay, so what are the wants and the desires? So for competing, I truly just felt so satisfied with where my journey is at and the people I've gotten to share that with along the way. And I was like, the only thing that I want more out of this journey is a better placement on the leaderboard at the games. And to me, that's a fleshly desire. And so that if that's the only thing that I really want out of this journey, I don't think that's the one that God's calling me to do, because it's only out of my own flesh that I want to keep doing that. I want to continue having that, respect as an athlete, or I've been in this arena for so long that my only desires here were just like for myself. And I truly believe that God has used that journey to inspire not only me, but hopefully other people. But I believe that he was just calling me into doing something new, and the signs just kept going here. And I remember walking into the gym, and I just didn't know. And I was just kind of juggling both things of like, man, I don't know, like I don't have the decision yet, but since I don't have that answer and it's still confusing, I'm going to continue pursuing both. And I just got to this breaking point of like, no, you have to choose. Like you have to choose which one. And my heart was here. My heart was trying to, make that shift into figuring out how I can serve other people. And my passion a lot was in one arena. And so that's where I felt like I needed to go. And so I was truly just following my heart and knowing that like, if competing is only a fleshly desire, like this is the one that I need to step into. And I just kind of knew. Yeah. And just the life that the people around me spoke into. And to me, they never made the decision for me, but they were just encouraging me to follow my heart and knowing like whatever that is, as long as it's, what God's calling you to do, then they're going to be on my team. And that was really all I needed to make that decision.
100%. Yeah. I love it. And, none of this is not contrived, but I have some questions that I have to ask you, but like, it was cool because I got to see early in this process when you were going through some of the thinking, and it was like, well, what do you want to do? I'm not really sure, but it might be this, and it might be this, and it might be this. And I understand, like a lot of people probably come to that crossroads, and the fact that you chose action is hugely admirable.
Yeah.
So I'm
Thank
really,
you.
really happy and proud for you.
Thanks.
And I want to know now, let's talk about it. Called to be. Like what's it, where do we go from here?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I'm just taking all the focus that I've put on competing and trying to focus on this and this new brand. And I essentially want to build a community around, encouraging other people to step into that calling and whatever this unique calling is for their life. And I truly believe that with competing, it might be an unpopular opinion, but competing has always been so uncomfortable for me. And I think that's when you know you're in the right space. And so with competing and it being uncomfortable, like this is the same thing for me. And I want other people to know, like, stepping into your calling can be scary and it can be challenging and it can be unknown, but that's truly where we have to rely on our faith. And it's hard to do that when you're by yourself. And so I want to create a community around that and encourage each other to step into the unique gifts that God has designed for you in your life, and give people the confidence to step into that, knowing that, like, yeah, it's scary, but you don't have to do it alone. And so that's what the brand is about.
And so there is a faith component.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but we want to essentially, like I was mentioning earlier, everybody has a unique gift that they have been given, and your relationship with Christ is going to reveal that to you. And I want to be able to pour into other areas in life, so like fitness, health and wellness, faith, community, and pour into these areas so that it can spill over into other areas in our life, like parenting, going to work, and hopefully that can create a ripple effect and inspire others to do the same thing. And this world needs a light, and it needs that confidence and that courage to step out and boldly proclaim the values that you have. And I just want to create a lighthearted community of, like, hey, things are hard, but we don't have to do them alone. And we can step out and be confident in who we were called to be. And we can do that with a community around us supporting us to do that.
Love that. And I'm sure that it probably resonates. So, like, where is it? How is it? What people want to be a part of that community? Where do they go?
So we are wanting to launch the brand actually in June. However, we have a place that you can put your email so that you can get updated on when the brand actually launches. So I'll put the link and everything. Is there a description box underneath the, like, podcast or YouTube?
We don't even know where we're going, but let's assume so.
Yeah. So we're gonna
we'll make it easy to find these links.
Yeah, we're gonna put a link below there. I'll put one on my Instagram page, and then we will have a called to be Instagram page, so you can go in there. It'll be a coming soon page. You can drop your email address, and then you'll get notified about the launch, and you'll get notified about all the updates on the brand.
What I'll give you a tough one, but because I know how hard it was just to get here, but let's just say 12 months from now, or maybe 2 years from now, you look back, what needs to have happened for you to think, this was a success, this is what I was trying to accomplish? And it could be as simple as that you just want to change lives, and I'm sure that even just the 30 out of 27, 29. How many places have we been already?
26.
26. The 26 places you've been, you've already touched lives. So, like, whether you know that or not. But yeah, if there's anything there, putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great question. And I think it's already been successful, just because, like you said, if one person can be given the confidence to achieve their goals and to step into what they're called to do, I would say that's a success. And I'm not looking for that monetary success. I'm looking for actually going and walking the walk and trying to serve people. And if that inspires people, I would say it's successful. I know there's going to be challenges and hurdles along the way, but my success in defining that is changing people's lives. And ultimately that's my prayer of, like, hey, use me, and if this is what you're calling me to do, and truly if God's hand is on it, then it's going to be successful. And that's what it's the same thing with competing. Like, I believe that God was calling me to do that, and his hand was over that. And so if he's calling me to do this, then it's going to be successful. And if it's not the direction he wants me to take it, then we'll pivot and we'll shift to the next direction, because I essentially and truly just want to align my will with what God's will is for my life, and hopefully that inspires others to do the same thing. And so, yeah, if his hand's on it, then it's gonna be successful.
Yeah, and I like your approach too, where for fans who are, oh no, I'm not gonna see Baylee compete ever again. Like, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Like, there's you're kind of letting this road guide itself a little bit. Yeah,
and again, if I'm called back into that arena, okay, I'm going to drop my net and I'm going to step into that arena. And if that's what he's calling me to do, then that's what I want to do.
Love it. I couldn't be more excited for you. I think this would be, well, I know it's a massive step for you, and I can only imagine the little bit of anxiety and nerves that come with moving away from something you've been doing for so long. But I only see success in the future, and excited to see where it goes and hopefully be a part of it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm excited too. And you're welcome. Always welcome to join.
Yes. You should really give a shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
This came together.
This came together in a week.
Okay, a week. I was thinking it was a 24-hour period. But
pretty much. Like we put this up last night. So thank you to Dad. Thank you to everybody who has already supported this journey. I truly couldn't do without a team. And this is the team. Like we're all a team.
And I think your family is a great representation probably of the type of community you're trying to rally around, right?
Yeah,
like
and I would
for you and up for anything, ready to go.
I would say that's another thing too, is like I have been so blessed with such an amazing team around me, and sometimes I felt so guilty of like, man, I was given such an amazing family and group of friends and community around me. Like I got to do something to share that with other people. Like I have got to figure out like, hey, this is such a blessing. I want everybody else to have that. And I think with competing, it has started to feel like kind of like a tunnel where it's like, okay, you know, this has been such a fun journey, but like I have an innate passion to go and give that and what I've been given to other people and hope that that can help them flourish in their life. And so I feel like that responsibility, like to much you're given, like much you have a responsibility to give back to others in the community. And that's another thing. It's like, I just want to give back to people.
1,000,000%. And you know, like for those of us who are already in it, usually a lot of times fitness community is your second family. You know, you spend a lot of time with these people, you got closer bonds because of the things you've done together. So I think you're onto something. All right. We'll call it there. I think we've covered the bases, and we're excited, but we'll leave people hungry for a little bit more. Yeah. You guys know where to find what you need to find. There'll be links and things everywhere. And I think whenever in doubt, probably go to your Instagram. Yeah. Probably the spot.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm excited.
Good. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. And good luck.